In this video, I will explain how to make an Excel graph from various data points. In this experiment, we measured the fall time compared to the height of 5 different heights. As you can see, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, and 1.5 meters were the heights that we measured. And down here, I calculated out the average time for each height. So for the 0.3, it averaged out to be 0.249. And I will post another video of how to average out a certain data column in Excel. I'm not going to go over it right now, but these are the average times compared to the fall height. In order to make a graph, you're going to want to select the data points. And so this is going to be a graph of time versus height. Select your data points. Go up to charts. You're originally going to be in home. Go up to charts, select charts, hit scatter, mark scatter, scroll down, make this guy a little bit bigger. Okay, this is a very bare graph, and we're going to have to edit this and make it look a little better, more presentable. So since we only have one data set here, we can delete this legend, and we're going to want to add a trend line for this. So we pick one of the data points, right click it, scroll down to add trend line, and now we have to pick out the type of trend line we believe this is going to be. During class we figured out that the height is related to the time in a polynomial of degree 2, so we're going to select that and select order 2. After that we go to options and we want to select display equation on chart and display r-squared value. Hit OK. Center that. Let's make the font a little bit bigger. Center it one more time. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now we want to add some the graph title and the axis labels. So we go to chart layout, select chart title above, axis titles, horizontal title below, go to axis titles again, vertical, rotated, okay, and okay, so where are we right now? This x-axis right here is the time. I want to make that presentable. And right here is the height, and that's in meters. Okay, and if you notice, when I originally made this graph, we have our x values first and our y values right next to it. So this is our x column and this is our y column. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is I want to add vertical bars or vertical grid lines. So I select the graph again, go to chart layout, scroll over to grid lines, vertical, and I'm going to just select major grid lines. Okay, and I forgot to add a title, so we can call this determination of gravitational acceleration, I suppose. It doesn't really matter what the title is at the moment. Okay, so we're almost done. One more thing I want to do is, we see that there's a lot of blank space right here. These data points are not centered, so I want to center them essentially. So I'm going to right click right click the axis, select Format Axes, and as you can see we don't have any data points under 0.2, so I just want to make my minimum 0.2 and our maximum is just fine. So let me mute my computer. So once I select OK, I look at my graph, and this is a really good graph. This is a pretty graph. The data is centered. We have a trend line. We have the equation and the R-squared value. Everything is labeled, and we have a title. Okay.